Hello and welcome back to a very exciting video because you can tell by the title I have officially started sewing. I talked about this a little bit in one of my previous videos, but I haven't officially made a video about it or shared a lot, and I can talk more about it in this video. But essentially a friend gifted me her sewing machine and she hadn't used it in 12 years. It's still in really excellent condition, and so I have been wanting to start sewing, so it was perfect, and I'm so thankful for her gifting that to me. Basically, I had been thinking about getting into sewing for a year, and it just kind of seemed like a lot to start and not have anyone teach me, but that's what I did with crochet, and I picked it up and I love it. With sewing, I wanted to do the same thing, and it was just perfect when my friend offered to give me hers. So from there, I actually ended up watching so many videos, so many tutorials, just trying to educate myself as much as possible. I thrifted a bed sheet and then I made a skirt out of that, and I can show you guys what that skirt looks like. It honestly looks really great. The only thing is that the bed sheet was a little bit see-through. Well, I made pockets and you can see the pockets outlined. The bed sheet's a cream colored. It was a thicker sheet, but you can just see the pockets right through, and so I don't love that. So I'm not gonna wear it, but I would love to quilt an oven mitt for this video, so I thought that'd be fun to bring you guys along. Tonight we're going to buy the fabric, hopefully from Hobby Lobby. We need a fat quarter, which I don't even know how much that is, but I'm just gonna say a fat quarter of the main fabric, the lining fabric for the inside, and heat resistant fabric, quilted heat resistant fabric, and then bias tape. So that's what we're going to be looking for at Hobby Lobby, and then tomorrow I will be making the project. It is the next day, and last night we went to Hobby Lobby, as you saw, and I got my supplies. I'm also putting my hair up because 95 outside feels like 100, and I'm still hot in here. It's 71. Also, there will very likely be moments where you can hear my dog in this video, so hopefully that's not too distracting, but I think he's tired. He just got on the couch for a little nap. So I have my hair up, my comfy clothes are on, and we are going to start sewing. So we are going to make this free oven mitt tutorial that I found online. It is by Made Everyday Patterns, and I have this printed out here, so we are going to cut it out, tape it together. I did not have any cardstock or anything. That's what she recommended, but we're going to make an oven mitt, and this is the fabric that I got. I had never bought fabric at Hobby Lobby before, so if you are a novice like me, you get the bolt of fabric and you take it up there, and then she prices it out and puts the price on this little ticket, and then you pay with this ticket. So I'm gonna make 2 oven mitts, one for each hand. So that is how much it costs, because it was 30% off. So I got, this is gonna be the outside, this green gingham. It is pretty bright and I love it. And then this is gonna be the inside. So I thought that these looked really good together. Honestly, you could flip it if you like the floral better, and then this inside, but I really wanted the gingham. And so I also got this bias tape. Just got, I hope this one's okay. It's technically not, it's not 100% cotton. It's half cotton, half polyester, but this is the only brand that Hobby Lobby had. And I just knew another fabric store wasn't gonna be open yesterday. But I thought that this would look good together, the different ones, so we'll see. And then I got this heat protectant material in Bright. I told her what I needed it for, and she went and got this for me. So got that. Oh, and it literally says oven mitt directions, so that should be good. And then, okay, I had to give my dog a little frozen treat, so you may hear that in the background. Hopefully it is not too loud, but I was asking if they had any 100% cotton quilted batting, and she said that this was the only one that they had that is 100% cotton and fully heat safe. So she gave me this. So this is gonna be more than I need, but she was like, if you enjoy making them and they work out, then you can make a bunch. So that's kind of funny, but this was the only one that they had that's fully 100% cotton. So basically, I'm going to just be following the tutorial. I will link it below in case you guys are interested. I'm going to be following this lady's tutorial, and I will show you guys what I'm doing. But this is not going to be a tutorial. This is just going to be me taking you guys through learning how to sew. I've never quilted anything. I've literally only made that skirt. So learning how to sew. learning how to quilt, just learning new skills and stuff. So I'm excited. We're gonna start by cutting out the oven mitt on here and then taping that together, and then I believe we will trace our fabric and cut it out and go from there. Well, ran out of tape, but I have this printed out and connected together. I'm going to refer to the YouTube video that she has and see what is next. What we are going to do is basically make a quilt sandwich. So that is just layering all the layers on top of each other. But before I do that, I'm probably gonna iron each of the pieces, at least the fabric. So right now I think they're all this size, and I'm going to be cutting I believe 4 mitts out of this, if I can fit them, now that I'm thinking about it. Because I want to make 2 oven mitts. Sewing has not become intuitive for me yet, so I'm still like, I have to like sit and think for a while about how things work. But I am going to probably, yeah, iron out everything and then cut the cotton batting to be the same size, and then we'll go from there. So what I'm realizing is that the bolt of fabric that the heat resistant stuff was on, I forget what this is called, Insole Bright, was on a much less wide bolt, and so because of that I'm not gonna be able to fit 4 pieces on there, so that's really annoying. But I'm gonna do 1 and see if I can just do that much. Also saw a girl on the YouTube comments say if you cut the oven mitts high enough, then you have enough to make a little pot holder at the bottom. So I'm gonna iron first and then I'm gonna cut everything. I'm just gonna cut from one of its corners the same size as these pieces. This honestly is very soft. So I forget what this is called, but this is a tool that Sydney Graham uses. I forget if I said this, but Sydney Graham's like a really amazing sewist, and she makes a lot of free content on sewing and makes vlogs, and I really enjoy watching her videos. But essentially it makes lines in your fabric so you can see where to cut without having to use like a pen or something like that that erases with heat. So that is what we're going to do, and she just made lines this way, 1.5 inches apart. So that is what we are going to do. I'm going to attempt to do a 45-degree angle. There is a little line right here on this cutting mat that I think is oh yeah, it says 45 degrees. We're just going to make a line everywhere that we are going to quilt. My lines drawn, so I'm going to now make my sandwich. So we're going to do the lining fabric face down this way, outer fabric right side facing up. So I'll lay this back down. This does have some strings, and then I'm basically just going to put a bunch of safety pins on this to pin it in place. Not safety pins, just these pins. I'm going to probably just use all of them to pin it in place. Okay, now for the fun part. So we are going to start stitching, and I'm just doing what she says. She said she actually put her stitch length at 4, but I might do 3.5. I don't know, I just feel like the higher it is, the more likely it is to do like the basting stitch, which I don't know. I really don't know what I'm doing. I'm just going with the flow, you know? So I'm gonna do 3.5 and then just do them really slowly. Hopefully things turn out well. I'm gonna do a white thread, just keep it basic. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and start sewing. Also, I know I'm looking crazy, but I'm just, in my YouTube videos, I'm just myself. I am gonna be comfy when I wanna be comfy. This is how my hair would be even if I wasn't filming a YouTube video. I'm like, yep, I just let it fall out. I had to take it out because the claw clip was hurting my head. Anyway, we are gonna go ahead and start sewing. I just had to do a quick test to see what that looks like, and it looks good. So we are going to start. She said she started in one of the lines in the middle, but I kind of want to start on the side, or like the corner. That just makes the most sense to me. Okay, not perfect, but it's okay. Okay, I had to switch to my other camera because the other one that I was on died, but we're gonna keep going. My needle came unthreaded. That looks pretty good. I don't know if you can see it on camera. I have finished this quilted piece and you can see the lines. Honestly, I think I did a really great job. I'm not gonna lie. It was a little blurry, but I did a pretty good job on the lines. I feel like everything looks really straight and it looks really good. And here is the back side. So I am really liking how it's looking. Now we are going to cut out the oven mitts, and I'm going to cut them as high on the fabric as possible, because if I could potentially make a pot holder out of the bottom and repurpose it like the girl in the comments said, then I would love to do that, because I definitely have enough bias tape to make that and like do it around the edges. However, I am so new to this that I definitely don't have enough knowledge to just like go for it. Like I'll probably look up a different tutorial. We're gonna go ahead and trace the glove, the mitt. We basically need one this way and then one this way for the front and the back. So I'm gonna do that and we'll go from there. Okay, here is what I have after I cut them. They're looking good, and now I have to watch my video to see what's next. Okay, so I'm always gonna keep it real with y'all. And I started to sew the oven mitt closed. But it's looking good. So I only have this tiny little open area when I realized, so I'm going to pull out, I forget what it's called. And this is gonna be actually really hard to see, but I'm just gonna pull out the thread all the way across and redo it, and all will be well. No worries at all. I ripped up the seams and everything's fine. Here's what it looks like. And then I actually went back over this little side or wherever I finished up. Oh, and I backstitched because that's what she said to do. So now she's saying to cut off this excess, but I'm thinking about just doing it with my serger, because I have the serger upstairs, so I'm gonna bring it downstairs, and it has a knife to where it like cuts off the excess. So I think I'm just gonna do that. And the only thing is the serger scares me. Like, it is so fast and so loud, and I feel like I just end up cutting off way too much. That's what happened with my skirt, and it got really uneven, but we're just gonna do it because I feel like that'll look better. And then the last thing after that is just adding the bias tape on the bottom. I will say this is pretty big, but I feel like that's normal. So let me go grab the serger. I always just test my serger on a little piece of fabric, so I'm gonna use this little scrap and just make sure that all is well. It's definitely working, so we're going to do it on this. Oh my gosh, I'm scared. I am so scared. It's also that I just don't know exactly like where to put it, but you know what? We're going for it because you won't be able to see this anyway. Y'all, I don't know how to do this middle part, so it's just gonna look like that. And then here, this came out. So I'm like, do I do that again? Is that what you're supposed to do? I don't know, but I'm going to do it. That one was not that bad. This looks a little funky right here, but it's fine. This will all be hidden. And then this is not overlocked, but I mean, it is sewn. I guess the overlocker kind of, I don't know, is that what it's called? Serger kind of like cut this portion. So I'm gonna go back and sew this just a little bit lower. So that way when I fold it inside out, it'll be okay. This is what it's looking like. It's honestly looking really cute. It is crinkly because of the fabric that she gave me, the Insole Bright. There were no other options though. I'm doing the bias tape part, and this is definitely the hardest part of the entire project. And to be honest, I'm thinking about still trimming where I did the serger because I feel like it didn't cut off enough and there's still a ton of like edges left. But when we flip it inside out, I'm gonna see how it feels, and if it feels really bulky, then I'll trim it, but if not, then I just will leave it. I'm actually almost done with it, but I've been going super slow. If you hear that in the background, that is my dog, because he loves being outside, but he has been outside for a long time already, so he does not need to go back out there. Okay, so I have to take this end and put it under the other one. Now that it is completely dark outside and much later, we are gonna have our grand reveal. I'm gonna trim some of these little threads first. I can't have big expectations because this is only the second thing I've ever made, but let's turn inside out. I really don't know what I was doing with the bias tape either. Like, that was so confusing, honestly. My gosh. Okay, hold on. I'm definitely gonna trim those ends. I can't even get the thumb out. I'm dead. Why does it look like that? Y'all. Is this a flop? Yeah, I definitely, okay, no, it's not that bad. I definitely need to trim the ends on the inside. I think I'm gonna do that now, but why does it look a little funky? I'm not gonna lie. I feel like hers looked wider than mine.
Difficult.
Okay, I feel like maybe the seams will help, and then I'm gonna iron it. So let me get back to you. Okay, wait, it's looking very cute. Let me get back to you in a minute. Don't mind our flag gun if you can see that in the background. But it's time for the grand reveal of this just truly amazing project. So I did have to do a little bit of troubleshooting, but here it is, okay? I know it looks a little funky right here. I will talk about why in a minute, but we have the quilting, we have the bias tape, which also looks a little funky, and then the inside, which I honestly really like. And then I ended up cutting that so you can see those raw edges, but from afar, it looks cute. Maybe I'll use this in my next Bake With Me. If you don't subscribe to me, then you should, because I do Bake With Me's every month and they're really fun. But essentially what happened, and you know, if I just would have followed her exact instructions, this wouldn't have happened to me. But like I said, I'm always scared of my serger, and I guess it just like cut a little too deeply right here, and so just had a little hole, so then I had to like sew beneath it, and then that caused it to actually go up because I'm sewing like this way. And I learned a lot. I really liked the process of quilting. The worst part, other than the bias tape, is actually like standing up, drawing the lines on the fabric. But apart from that, I really enjoyed doing the quilting. That was really fun. and I would love to do more stuff like this, like laptop case or, you know, whatever, maybe makeup bag. I would like to make a bag because then I can learn how to do a zipper and do like a quilted one. So that is gonna be it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed my first ever sewing video. I will definitely be making more of these as I make more sewing projects and just have more free time in my life. So let me know if you guys enjoyed this video and if you want me to make more types of videos like this. But thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Let me know what I should sew next, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.